This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world, with your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, I'm bringing you back an old guest, and I tell you what, he was one of my first guys that ever came on my show over 2 years ago. We're talking about PCS Edventures.com. You can find them on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol PCSV. They're an educational company. They're based out of Boise, Idaho. And what they do is they bring technology-rich products and services from the K through 12 grades. They concentrate on science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And with us today to talk about his company is the CEO, Todd Hackett. Todd, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, sir.
You know, what does PCS Edventures do?
Basically, we're involved in STEM education, as you stated, mainly through 1 through 12 grade. We focus primarily on after-school market as well as the school market. Our drone we have a drone STEM course called the RubiQ, and it's been very successful taking the company to a new level.
You know, I noticed that you guys did a new contract in 2018, but on June 15th for $693,000. What's that all about?
You must be referring to our Saudi Arabia contract. I think that was one that we did over there. Since that was for, again, STEM education over in Saudi Arabia. We had another contract after that for $800 and some thousand with Saudi Arabia, and we've done 2 contracts with them in the last year and a half.
That is amazing. You know what I really like about your company, Todd, is that I think it's undervalued, and I'll tell you why it's undervalued. Your market cap's only $2.2 million. You guys did over $3 million in revenue. Tell us about the growth of your company and how you got there, and what you guys are planning on doing here in your fiscal year of 2019, even though it's 2018, but you guys are reporting in 2019, if you would.
Well, we're seeing a lot of growth on our Discovery drone kits, and also our brick labs, basically across the board. Actually, our products, we've just been seeing all our sales channels increasing quite a bit, actually. Percentage-wise, it's been really good. And I think the numbers are going to speak for themselves as we release Q1 in August, probably around August 15th.
Let's talk about your main product, your RubiQ. That's your flagship product. Is that just here in the United States, or are we talking about international sales and domestic sales?
No, it'll be sold internationally too, but primarily right now, it's most of the revenues for that particular product are coming from domestic sales. And we sold over $1 million of that product since we've released it in the last 12 months. So, no, it's been a real strong product. But like I said, our brick labs, we're seeing tremendous sales increases there. It's pretty much across the board. We've streamlined our products, and they seem to be, we're really starting to get some real traction in the marketplace.
You know, you're bringing a new treasurer on, Mike Bledsoe. Can you tell my listeners a little bit about this guy, and why did you choose him?
Mike had a lot of financial experience. He worked in the financial industry for 20-some years, and he's a solid guy, and he brings a lot of experience as far as the financial side and everything to PCS, and he's also a very committed to the education STEM industry, and he's just an all-around good guy.
You've been listening to Todd Hackett. He's the CEO of PCS Edventures.com Inc. They trade on the OTCQB. You can find them under the ticker symbol PCSV. $500,000 private placement. That's a lot of money. What I really liked about that deal, you only had to give up a 20% reduction over the current price. What's that going to do for the company?
I think long term, I think the company's, we're posed to, we're really going to, I think the numbers are going to speak for themselves. We're like I said, we're having good traction. and it appears like, I don't want to be too optimistic, but it appears like we could have turned the corner.
You know, the CTE, the Career and Technical Education, can you explain that and that involvement with your company?
Yeah, basically, we're involved with TSA, the local chapter of we've done quite a bit with them out in Boise, Idaho, and they offer the college out there offers a 4-year, Boise State, I believe it is, offers a 4-year program, and they've had a lot of success with the graduation rate. There's all kinds of jobs that are coming out of this whole STEM and drone, a whole sector basically. I mean, we're seeing all kinds of careers in agriculture,
absolutely,
fish and game, fire department. I mean, it's so many. I mean, it's just a real broad range, and it's a fast growing sector, and it's a relatively new sector. So, I mean, drones really they've been around for a while, but they really haven't gotten real popular until the last few years.
Well, I think you guys are doing a great job. I know from 2015 to 2016, your company has grown. It's growing still today. I think you guys are about to ramp up the yield curve line, if you will. I think your revenues are going to explode. That's my personal opinion. Todd, I want to thank you for being on the show. Only thing I ask is that you not wait 2 years to come back on my show. Hopefully you'll come back in 50 or 60 days to give us an update. In closing, is there anything that we didn't get a chance to touch upon that you would like to illustrate to my listeners?
Yeah, I'd just like to have them take a look at the company, and I think that it's a good turning point for the company. And I think if you, again, watch the results, we'll be releasing results in about 2.5 weeks. So that's pretty much all I have right now. And then I'd be glad to come back on your show in a couple months and give you some more updates. I
appreciate it. For my listeners, take a look at this company. It's undervalued here, around 2.2 cents. I've given you a lot of winners over the years, and this one, it's got my approval, but again, that's just my opinion. Market cap's only around 2.2 million. This is a real company with real revenues. It's on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol PCSV. Go out and take a look of it. Todd, thanks for coming on the show. I wish you nothing but continued success.
Thanks, Evan.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.